I'm Anita of My Jig and I podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a fabulous day. And if you're seeing this show for the very first time and you like the show, please subscribe, like, and share, and and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Well, it's been a long time. The Sussexes, having a quiet time right now. And I know it's killing a lot of people. They want to know what is going on with them, but they are, I'm sure, working on their businesses. Okay? And when they're ready to reveal, the world will know. And I'm a huge fan and I can wait. And I agree with them. Take some time out to themselves, to their businesses, away from the public eye. Meghan did not attend the Gracie Award, and yes, she can do that. She can do that. She doesn't have to be everywhere. She can do that. But anyways, the reason why I'm doing this show today is because there's a lot of attack on the Sussex's marriage, which I feel like is unfair. And marriage is a sacred thing. And you do not attack people's marriages. You don't know what is happening in their household, in their lives. You're on the outside and you are attacking their marriage. And there's, something that Harry and Meghan always has been fighting against is disinformation and misinformation on social media. And what is sad about all of this is that there are some people who are going to believe what they're hearing out there, and they're going to hold it as truth. And we, as members of the Sussex Squad, we have to push back on that narrative, on the the narrative that is out there saying that the Sussex marriage is in tatters, that they're divorcing. It's nothing more than lies. And I feel like it's my duty to stand up and push back on that lie. And some of the things that they have said is so easy to prove. But my goodness, people who are sitting out there who are, not really aware of what is going on in the Sussex world will believe it. And maybe pass on that information to other people unknowingly. And that's how misinformation it travels. One person gets something that is incorrect, they pass it on to the next person and pass it on to the next person, and before you know it, it has spread like wildfire. So just a few things that people are using. This, the UK press, Dan Wooten, Lady C, who to me is not a lady, she's more like a tramp, a beast, literally, for her to be sitting at her home every day. I mean, every day the woman makes a video on the Sussexes. Every day. I am a Sussex fan, huge Sussex fan. I don't even make videos every day on the Sussexes. So you can just see that the Sussexes are these people's business. That's how they make their money. That's how they make their living. And they have to find the fire. And how they find the fire is by telling lies. So they saw Meghan in New York without her wedding ring or her engagement ring. She had her band on. But this is not the first time that Meghan has gone on an engagement and not wear her engagement ring. She's done it several times. I mean, to say, you have a big rock. I think her rock is like over 3 carats. And that rock is sentimental. I think it came from a piece of Diana's jewelry and a piece of, and I think from Africa. Yes, a diamond from Africa, which is, very, very sentimental and dear to Harry's heart. So if she's coming on an engagement where we clearly see it turned out to be crazy, in terms of the paparazzi and you're moving here and there, you're not coming with your your most precious jewels. You're not coming with it. You have your wedding band and you keep that on, but you're not coming around and by the way, hey, this is New York. New York, people will snatch your ring off of your hand in a second, and chances are you might not even see it happening. Hello. So the whole craziness of the fact that Meghan is not wearing her engagement ring. I keep saying wedding ring. Her engagement ring is a sign of a marriage that is in fracture. That is fractured. It's really stupid, plain old stupid. But unfortunately, people are going to believe it. She's won. She's been on engagements in the past, and she has not worn her engagement ring. Now, next thing they said is that Meghan and Harry didn't, put anything out for their 5th wedding anniversary. Now, the idea here is we all know that on Meghan and Harry's site, they only broadcast their work. It's not a private website where they talk about their personal life. That website is dedicated to their work. You've had several events where they've not put anything that are personal on their website. Actually, birthday just passed. Did they put anything there? No, nobody questioned that. But the fact that they didn't put their, the wedding anniversary, it's an issue. This is so obvious. It is so blatantly obvious as a lie. Obviously, their site is private. It is not private. It's business. It is not to put up their personal things. The next thing that they have said is that Harry has a bolt hole. That's what they call it over there in England. Or he has a hotel room that he goes to get away from Meghan. Now, I'm not saying that is true, that he has a hotel room somewhere. But if in case they have reserved a hotel room somewhere in a nice place, they could have well reserved it for their guests. They could have had this place where they say, you know what, when people come to, visit us, or people come to to California, we're going to make sure that we have a place for them to stay. Sometimes even your close friends and your close, your family can betray you. And the reason why I chuckled here is because we clearly see how Meghan's family has betrayed her. They know what betray is. So clearly that place could be for their guests. Nobody ever said, you know what, they maybe have that place unreserved so that when, their guests comes, when people come from England, when they're working with, different people, which they do, they have that place where they could put these people up. Nobody suggested that. Everybody's saying, oh, it is just for Harry to escape Meghan. It's so ridiculous. And the icing on the cake that even makes this more stupid is that they are using Paul Burrell as a credible source. All the magazines are quoting Paul Burrell, and the different channels over there in the United Kingdom are quoting Paul Burrell as a source of the problem that is going on in Harry and Meghan's marriage. They have literally used Paul Burrell as a source. Let me just tell you about Paul Burrell. Paul Burrell was Diana's butler. I believe he wrote a book on Diana. And he has been attacking Harry ever since Harry married Meghan. Now, Paul Burrell had allegedly stolen from Diana. He stole, they said, some of her things. And to me, if you're a thief, if you can steal from a dead person, you can lie about anything. So this guy is certainly not credible. He knows nothing about Harry and Meghan. He's saying how Harry is staying in that marriage for his children. Now, that is an obvious statement to make because we all know children are the glue that hold marriages together. So for him to say that, it's like an old saying. Anybody could have come up with that. Anybody could have said that. And they could say it about any marriage. They could say the children are holding the marriage together. Children are the glue to the marriage. Anybody can say that. But to use Paul Burrell as a credible source is beyond me. I don't understand it because the guy has a reputation of an alleged thief, stealing from a dead person and stealing from Harry's mother, allegedly. He is not credible. Absolutely not credible. And let me just remind you guys, all of the people that goes on the shows out there in the United Kingdom, they're going on these shows for a fee. It's not for free. And these people are willing to risk their reputation and they're willing to lie to make a few dollars. Look at what happened to Victoria Abitta. She lied and destroyed her career and her reputation for £300. Paul Burrell might be getting $3,000 to $5,000 per interview to come on and spew lies. So just imagine if Victoria Abitta would lie for $300. It doesn't have what Paul Burrell wouldn't say on Dan Wooten, who clearly has an agenda, who clearly doesn't like the Sussexes, and his agenda is to destroy the Sussexes. His agenda is to go after the Sussexes, and he will do everything in his power, even use an idiot like Paul Burrell to come on and say and spew lies about the Sussexes. The next one too is Lady C. I don't know who gave this woman her title. I think she was married for a few seconds to some lord and she got the title lady, and she's been divorced now from this lord man, and she is running with this title lady. But really the woman is a tramp. She was on one of these shows, reality shows, and she looked like an animal in it, to be honest with you. She was so rude to the people. Nobody liked her. She was so disrespectful. Everybody was telling her to shut up. She was just carrying on, and the things that were coming out of her mouth, no lady would be saying. Only an animal would be barking like this, and dogs doesn't even do that. Sorry to put dogs in that category of barking, okay? But the woman is despicable. She is the lowest of the low. She sits there every day making up lies about the Sussexes' marriage. She has nothing else to say but now to go after the Sussexes' marriage, because that is what she never had. She is clearly jealous. She never really ever, nobody has ever loved that woman because she behaves like an animal. Literal, she behaves like an animal. I cannot believe, if you look into Lady C, quote unquote Lady C, that tramp. If you look into her heart, you will see that it is beaten and that it's red. It's nothing more than black. How can you sit down day in and day out and just be a bold-faced liar, have hundreds of thousands of people following you, and you are lying to them every day about Harry and Meghan? It is just, that's what I said. This is how disinformation spreads, and people are literally believing those things. So Dan Wooten, who has been, you know, after Harry and Meghan from day one, he is still on that crusade, and he is using the most disrespectful, dishonorable sources and people on his show to try to attack the Sussex's marriage. People don't believe a word that these people are saying. One thing I know, Harry has said over and over, Meghan saved him. He worship, he worships the ground that this woman walks on. You can see when I was in downtown Manhattan at the Miss Foundation Award, I saw something totally different. I saw a man that is totally in love with his wife. I saw a man that is a protector. I saw a man that guards his women. That's what I saw. I saw love. You could feel it. And nobody can tell me differently. Nobody can tell me differently about the Sussex's marriage. That is what they are wishing. They're wishing for it to fall apart, okay, for them to say, you see, in the end, for them to feel victorious. And also, they're wishing that they had a union like the one Harry and Meghan has, okay, or have. That's what they are wishing for. And, nobody can love these people. Nobody can love Dan Wooten. Nobody can love Paul Burrell. And nobody can love Lady C, because they do not have a good heart. They are evil and they are liars. Everything that comes out of their mouths are lies, nothing more than lies. Well, I hope they can leave the Sussexes alone right now and focus on Philip Schofield. I hope they can focus on him. Give the Sussexes a break. Take the Sussexes' name out of their mouth and focus on something else. They have something else to milk, to make money off. The Holly and Schofield. So hopefully they'll stay focusing on that and leave the Sussexes alone. Take the Sussexes' name out of their mouths. Period. So a lot of people might not agree with the fact that I'm talking about it, but I feel like it's important. If a few people hear me, if one person hear me and understand and change their mind, I feel like my job has been done. But we cannot sit back and not push back on the lies that are being told out there. And, looking from a logical point of view and from a logical place, I just want to speak my truth and speak about what I've seen and speak about how I, as an observer of the Sussexes for all these years, what I have seen over the years, that tells me that everything Paul Burrell, the alleged thief, and Lady C, quote unquote Lady C, but she's literally an animal. She's very rude. She's very disrespectful. She's very incoherent. She says anything that comes out of her mouth, and she's not been checked. And she has to be checked. She's a disrespectful woman. She was on that reality show and she literally behaved like an animal. I think she was the most hated person on that show because of her behavior. And that's the reason why she doesn't have a husband. And that's the reason why she's not loved. And she's trying to, you know, come in Harry and Meghan's marriage and try to, you know, bore holes into it. But she will never succeed. She'll never succeed. Period. Guys, on that note, hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow with something else. I want to talk about the royal family and you know what is going on in there, because it seems like there's a battle going on in there. People are telling Camilla to know her place. I knew it was going to get to that because you know what? The Queen said she was going to be consort, and Charles had the chutzpah to give her the title of Queen. That would have created problems, and it is creating problems. So we'll talk more. Okay, I still have my life to do on the Sussexes, but I have a lot of respect for them, and you can see that I was right to hold back on not, you know, going off and showing what I saw. But there's a lot I want to talk about. It gave me, you know, these few days gave me a lot of time to put the pieces of the puzzle together. A lot of time. And the things I saw down there and the conversations that I had down there make me understand what is going on even clearer. But anyways, guys, take care and bye. Until we see again.